Well, hello everybody. It is Thursday. Is it the 9th today?
Dates
Eighth?
are
8th?
Dates are largely meaningless.
It's the Thursday before Conor McGregor fights Dustin Poirier for the third time. I'm Luke Thomas. That's Brian Campbell. We're the hosts of Morning Kombat. This is our Inside podcast.
And it's probably sounding like shit right now because you're on a run, Luke, lately.
Yes.
Of just shitting.
No, the last one was okay.
Of just shitting your pants when it comes to setting up.
No, the last one was okay. Anyway, this is called Room Service Diaries, and this is where we get fired. So, hi. BC, you're extra giggly today.
No. We did have a few drinks with dinner with our producers, Mikey, Less Than Jake, Manich. So, Room Service Diaries in spirit, Luke.
I'm about to drink like a hoe. Margaritas. Jose Cuervo.
That's we could have a gallbladder emergency.
Oh, yeah. The amount of sugar in this fucking thing?
Yeah.
About to be a diabetic with this bitch. I don't care anymore.
Luke is giving up right now. There it is.
You just saw a man quit on himself. He's 41, almost 42, and he's drinking shit that 16-year-old girls drink when they get together and have someone buy them alcohol.
That just looked a lot like the UFC 196 main event. You know what I mean?
What was the 196 main event?
Nate Connor won.
I don't understand that joke at all.
We should just keep going. I could explain it to you.
You sound like you've been having a couple of gummies. Did you have any gummies?
No.
Anyway, today was the press conference. It was okay. It was
entertaining. You got to say that.
It definitely was. I mean, the week has been not. I don't want to say the week has been slow.
It's been weird because McGregor hadn't done the typical media stops.
But also, like, post-COVID, like, people are back, but they're not, like, back in the way that they were before. They're just a lot more back than at the height of the pandemic. There's no Irish people here hardly, which is, like, weird, because when I went to the Khabib fight, there was a lot of Irish people there, and then, dude, in New York, at 205, holy fucking shit, they shut down 7th Avenue, You don't feel that here at all.
No, there's not. The subways here aren't filled with water, Luke. If that's really where you were going there.
I was watching that.
It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal.
I was watching that, and I really felt horrible for that woman because I was like, dude, how fucked up are your travel options where you saw a scenario that we would look at and be like, oh, this is a thing I can no longer do. And you go, like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it anyway. You got to have some real limited travel options
that's a fair point. Yeah, like the choice of this room for you too. Maybe if we're being honest,
dude, they put me. I don't want to say what it is because I just want to be disparaging as possible without any repercussions. They put me in the worst motherfucking hotel, and like my view. It's like heavy machinery and homeless people blowing each other like whatever crack is left over in their pockets. It's the worst fucking view ever.
Wow. No, I would agree with that.
What is your view? Do you have a better view? Can you see the Strip?
I can see the parking garage for T-Mobile Arena. I can almost see Toshiba Square. I've got like a little angle into it, so
that's not so bad.
I can see the pool. Yeah, whatever.
It's okay. I mean, that pool's nubs too. That whole. Every time I walk through the lobby, I'm like, here comes dengue fever.
This place is not nearly as trashy as like Excalibur and Luxor and those others right
Bro,
down.
You go to Excalibur and the poker chips are literally dirty. I mean, you go. Can you imagine people gambling there all night long?
I couldn't imagine ever going back in there one more time. No.
It's like you ever have that friend who like meets a girl who, I mean, he's no prize either, but like she's X-Files ugly. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and he's like regaling you with stories of banging her, and you're like, dude, that's not as impressive as you're making it out to be. I got to tell you. And also, now I no longer wish to eat. I had a few fraternity brothers who pulled off some stunts like that.
Yeah, that's why you have to avoid the Greek life, Luke.
The Greek life was great. It was fucking dude. The best. Here's the funny part is, if you were not an idiot, I don't mean like intellectual. I mean like about this idea, and you had gone to college with me, dude, you are built for Greek life.
I don't think so.
You are Blutarski.
No, actually
0.0 GPA.
You know, actually,
frat guy to the nth degree. Yes, you are. You don't think that is because in your mind you think,
bro.
You think like guys whose parents have trust funds and they like to row on the fucking rowing team or something. No, it's not like that at all.
I have integrity. I don't need to join a system that's basically like
You mean a bunch of dudes who just pay for parties collectively is really what it comes down to?
I mean,
let's pool our resources to have big shit. Okay.
Did you have an eyes wide shut like initiation? I mean, that's really where I want. No. That's really where I'm going with this, Luke. No. Okay.
Do you know where hazing comes from?
Probably the skull and bones. Luke.
No, hazing came from the military, and it didn't really enter Greek life. Greek life was initially just like rich people doing philanthropy, and when the guys after World War II got the GI Bill, this is a true story. They got the GI Bill. There was a bunch of them who ended up going to college because they had money they didn't have before. And they were like, hey, let me show you some fuck games that we learned. Let's show it to you. And it got ingrained. And that's where hazing entered into college.
Did any people in that story marry a Colombian woman, Luke?
What?
That was just
No, I didn't understand your question.
I think I just severed your artery, Luke. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so... weigh-in was a moment this week, but yes, a slow week in a lot of ways. Not a lot of news coming out of this.
No.
Connor finally speaks. He was looking through Dustin last time. Just a lot of that bullshit. Nothing serious there. Luke, could you explain though to the people? I got a couple things to say, hair-wise and hygiene-wise. Luke, should I address the the shoe polish incident?
Yes, Wayne Newton.
So look, it was a really bad.
Dude, you're like this version of Ric Flair looking in the mirror and looking at his hair and being like, nailed it. It's like, no, you didn't, Rick.
Did I go darker than I thought I was going? Yes, right. Like all the actresses on Black Raw, Luke.
I know. I was like, dude, are they sending you to cover fights in fucking Kandahar? Why are you coloring your hair so dark?
Yeah. So I did go. I went a shade or two dark, and then the problem was it was longer than I normally kept it, and for whatever was with that lighting setup, Luke, because I walked on set and people weren't looking at me like I had a third eye yet. It was only when people saw the video and the light reflection, and then it's like, yo, you got a problem on top of your head right now.
Dude, they're like, dude, when did Shavkat Rakhmonov, who has wolf pelts on his head, when did he start hosting MK and learning English?
You didn't get like a Elvis 68 comeback special vibe though?
Look, man, that was a bad day I had my own shit to worry about. So I was a little bit out of it. And also, like, Vegas is weird in the morning. Tell me if I'm wrong. In the night, too, but, like, I guess all day.
Every second of the day.
Yeah, Vegas, if you're inside, Vegas is surprisingly well lit and yet dark at the same time. Everything is dark and also light. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. So I saw you. I didn't recognize your hair was different at first because you just, I don't know, it kind of blended in.
Yeah, but I also think your vision is shit.
My vision's bad too. Yeah. But here's when I noticed it. When you sat down on the other side, I was like, wow, my man really went for it with this one. He's just trying to be like, you know what you guys saw in the past? You go, fuck that. I'm about to blow past that standard.
Yeah, I had to miss them. I stumbled, okay?
Dude, when you picked that out,
I fixed that shit quick.
When you picked that out, were you like, boy, I'm about to look 21 again?
It was an overcorrection in many ways. The last time I died, I didn't nearly get out the amount of grace promised in the transaction, Luke. So I went for it this time. I stumbled though.
Hey, listen. You reached for the stars.
I did.
Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't make it to the stars.
The thing is, you go for it for greatness.
The Challenger did blow up in your face.
Yes,
yes. You were Sally Ride there.
But I fixed that for like $24, Luke. Okay.
Fixing is a.
I fixed that, and I also got the massage.
Okay, I have not combed my hair for this thing. I mean, it's Room Service Diaries. I'm not going to put a lot of effort in presentation. I got a haircut in Vegas. I looked the place up on Yelp, and then I looked the individual guy up on Instagram. I did my due diligence, but I found a place where the base of the cut is $60, and then whatever tip you want to give, and then tax whatever.
$60 for a haircut?
Compared to DC, that's a fucking steal.
No,
steal.
Luke, I would love to poll.
Yeah, but dude,
I would love to poll a cross section of DC residents and be like, "What do you regularly pay for a haircut?" I guarantee they're not going to be like, "Yo, bro, it's DC, man. I pay $80 every time." No chance, dude.
I think you'd be surprised.
You're in a category of like blinded weirdness, like.
Dude, there are plenty of places significantly more high end than the one I go to. Mine is very middle of the road.
Yeah, but the fact that you grew up thinking that's normal, Luke.
I didn't. I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up in a dude. Here's what BC thinks. BC is the guy who pulls up in the Honda Accord, and the other person is sitting in, like, let's say an Infiniti, and he goes, "Oh, see, we both have cars." Right, we both have cars, but these are not equivalent cars, dude. And I'm not saying I've got like the world's most amazing haircut, but you know, your fade's not that money, dude.
Yo, bro,
it's not that money.
You're asking your barber to give you, and it looks good, but like the most basic fade.
Yes, that's true.
Okay,
that's true.
And there's skill involved, and there's levels. Obviously, I know there's levels, but you're making it seem like these levels are like this far apart when they're very
I think
close.
you get a lot of
they're
people.
very close. When you cut it that short, you can't fuck that.
If you're
up.
paying $24 for a haircut in a major metropolitan city, which you are, you're running a risk. You're running a risk.
I ran that risk with the back massage and the shampoo, the whole thing.
24 in the suburbs, fine. 24 from somebody who's like a trained professional that whatever. In a city.
Yo, if you had a more elaborate hair scheme, Luke, it would back up your stringent black or white beliefs on this, even though we lived in a gray world right now, just like the color of your hair.
My hair. Yeah. Dude, my hair is just, I look at me on camera now and I'm like, I can't, every time I look at my phone, there's a picture of me that shows up, I just want to spit on my phone. I'm like, you are a disgusting, horrible person. And could you be whiter, Gandalf? Jesus, fuck.
Luke, I did want to bring up the fact that we, no pity on us, okay? No pity on us. It's fine. We're paid. We're professionals. But we do these, like, hits, news hits on camera. At the peak of heat, at like 113 degrees.
Dude.
And we're out there for like 40 minutes with all the setup and standing around. That's just not a good equation this week in Vegas when we have a studio next door, like indoors.
We have a money setup at this place, and they're like, we want to do the outdoor hits because they want to see T-Mobile in the background, Okay, fine. Can we do those at 5 a.m, please? Because we did one at 8 a.m. and by 8:30 it was. I can't explain how much hotter it was in 30 minutes. When it gets hot in the desert, it gets hot like that.
Dude, you're right. It's like it goes from 0 to like, oh, we're in this. Like, this is
at 8. It wasn't. I was like, okay, it's not great, but it's fine. And then by 8:30, Jesus, man, I had sweat pouring off my back.
Yeah, I sweat through the entire offering, the suit there.
Oh, dude, I almost had a panic attack after the presser. So the presser's over, and we have to immediately run to our cameraman. We have to immediately put the stuff on and do the hit. It's like right away. And, dude, it was so loud in there that I had to turn the earpiece up, like, so they could, the volume could match it or whatever.
Yeah, but you were melting.
But the problem was, dude, in my ear, they're giving us instructions, and they'll tell us, like, you're on camera, BC goes first, Luke, you follow, or whatever. The producer's giving you instructions. Dude, he sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher in my ear. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck like you are telling me.
That's a dude in, like, a control room. Like, that. Like, that's not what it's going to sound like when they go live. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Well, luckily, I could hear the guy who was hosting the show just fine. And right as we went to him, did you notice that the volume in the place dropped?
Yes.
So all that loud ass music that the UFC blasted you with, it dropped significantly right before we went on air, so it was fine. But dude, I was like, if this fucker's telling me this on air, I'm just gonna be, yes, Connor was here today, and it was great, and yay, or whatever. Anyway,
that's pretty extreme, actually. that's next level.
Yeah. All right, you want to answer some of these questions?
Yeah. I probably had a few other things I wanted to say, Luke, or bring up.
Dude, I've been farting.
But these have been long days. When you get to the end of that long day, it's not, you can't connect them.
Dude, I've had the kind of farts here in Vegas where I'm like, how do I camouflage this noise?
Yeah. You would shit your pants with like UFC PR people
It's like this one is going to be volcanic.
It's not like will they get caught with the shrapnel. It's like will they get caught to the level that like they might be crying.
Right. How do I just limit the damage at this point? Golly, bro, it has been since I've been here. I feel sorry for everyone, but hey, listen, when nature calls. Okay, by the way, everyone likes the... before we get going everything else. Hey, dude, it's a 2-year anniversary of MK today.
We did it.
Isn't that fucking great?
That's great. That shout out to our producers for completely just acting like this wasn't happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sort of like, okay, cool. Congrats, guys.
There was definitely no high five today among the crew, but
like we couldn't get like catered donuts, like something right here, like something.
No, I think it's actually perfect. We got dude. This is me dealing with my family on anything. That's how it is.
Yes.
Do you think that? Actually, in fairness, I didn't even know that today was a 2-year anniversary. I knew it was in July because that's when obviously everything transitioned over for us. But yeah,
okay,
man.
so 2 years.
2 years. I think
we've established something: a tone, a language, a family,
a presence.
Presence. But I mean, even in 2 years, we haven't even begun to put the imprint into what the.
It's a good first 2, but I definitely want to build a lot more.
Like it's not gonna. This is gonna be like the One Glove Art Jimerson era of UFC compared to where we're gonna be.
That's right.
Yeah.
We gotta transition. But dude, I'm like, seriously, aren't you like? I don't know, man. I'm pretty fucking happy these days, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's great. Luke, when you're artistically pleased and fulfilled,
well, we're not really artists,
challenged. I'm not saying I have a great libido post 40. I'm saying when I'm artistically, Luke, pushed and challenged and. Can
you be serious for a moment and tell me like how you feel about something?
I was trying to get there. I got off an exit though, accidentally.
Tell me seriously, like how do you feel 2 years in? I feel good, dude.
Yeah, I feel great.
Seriously?
Great. Yeah.
Okay, good. I hope.
I don't think we've broken enough glass yet, but like, we got to toe through that crack. You know what I'm saying? No, that really wasn't a setup. I was just sort of like, all right.
You need psychological counseling. I don't know. I'll just say thanks to everybody first, right? Thanks. I think you agree with that.
And these Irish blokes in the bar tonight.
Did I not call it? Did I not tell you that I said the Irish were the nicest people in Europe? It's not a contest. It's like they're the number 1 seed by a country mile.
Now they are now on American soil in Brooklyn, so they are.
2 Irish guys came up to us. We were at the bar, working on some stuff, getting some food before we came here. 2 Irish guys came up to us, introduced themselves.
They're like, "Yo, Tui, you want to bang? let's bang, man."
Dude, no one picked up on this except for me. We can't get these questions. Nobody picked up on this except for me. And BC asked Tai Tuivasa and Greg Hardy to their faces, what did you make of it when Greg Hardy said on Instagram, "Hey, let's bang"? And they took it to mean what, like, hey, why did you call this guy out? It was how they sort of interpreted it. When on the show, we had discussed explicitly that the Greg Hardy post of "let's bang" to another man was a little bit too, there was conflicting narratives there at a bare minimum, right? Are you trying to bang him or are you trying to fist fight him?
And BC, it's all the same.
BC asked the question like, dude, what did you think Tai Tuivasa meant when he wrote "let's bang"? and they took it like,
I don't know if I went that direct.
Dude, roll the tape. And I asked him, I was like, dude, this motherfucker. Like, there was years that went by where I would like say shit and then I'd see people later, dude, and there was like all this beef that was built up that I had to like diffuse every time.
Yeah, you're good at pissing people off.
Yeah. Well, they haven't figured out you're doing it yet, but when they do,
oh come on,
dude, your comeuppance is gonna be buddy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not saying anyone's gonna physically attack. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like. You were begging Connor to send you to hell today. You were fucking needling. You were up there asking questions like you weren't as bad as the other guy being like, "Yo, Connor, you ain't won shit since Barack Obama's been in office." I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna get fucking knifed in the parking lot for this." You didn't do that. You didn't do that.
What outlet is that guy from?
Fucking Huevos.com, bro. That's where he was from. You wanted to clown him because of the pink jacket, dude. The question was a little bit insane, but the question at the end, he was like, what's the source of confidence? Connor didn't take to it like he didn't like that shit at all.
People, the result of the unofficial internet polling I've done just by looking at my Twitter feed has shown that people really felt like Connor took big L's in some of those moments by not responding or not having a comeback, you know?
I was looking at social media posts from like mainstream outlets, and there was a lot of Connor's back, like Connor did it, there he is. So I do think
they can't hear Jimmy.
I do think there's a kind of fan that's like, dude, here's the reality for a second. Tell me if you agree with this. There was a lot of people that got hooked on the Conor McGregor come up and the experience, and how fucking
and they become like old deadheads.
And they're addicted to that experience, and they're just trying to get a sip of that.
They're trying to get cocaine to feel the same way the second time.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to get what they're looking for or not. We'll see. But I do feel like
people write songs about never finding what they're looking for.
But dude, don't you? I mean, seriously, for just a second, like there was a lot of people like he would go up there and just say this like unnecessarily disparaging shit, and they were like, yeah, fuck that guy and fuck his sauce, and they were dying for him to come talk about his big Irish balls and whatever else. And I don't know, that's part of the Conor McGregor fandom thing, I think.
It is, but man,
my farts are absolutely lethal.
This fight, Luke, and like it's not like, you know, we're not really doing this Room Service Diaries to talk about the narratives of this fight, but you know, the whole thing was still centered around, does Conor still have it? Dude, if he doesn't have it, like if he gets like knocked the F out, like
this guy's gonna be bad.
Dude, think about that. Seriously think about it. He's never making 45 again. He's not getting a title shot any freaking time soon at lightweight.
If he wins, he is.
It's going to be a short hook to get you right, to get to win and come back in. But it's like he's not going to fight for a welterweight title. Like a bad loss here,
dude. You can't be Dustin
It does
Poirier.
pin him in a certain category. Like it's still going to be a big category, but it's
Kamaru Usman would do terrible things to Conor McGregor. That would be. That's a bad fight for him. We'll see about Saturday, bro. We hear some shit on the ground that we can't quite share. I don't know what to make of it, but
yeah, that's a big. They call it a cock tease. Luke.
It's a cock tease. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. But I don't know. I've been wrong about Conor so much. It's like I think.
Is that why you're going so over the top to redeem yourself by saying Irish are the nicest people?
No, that's actually true. I've been consistent about that for a long time. No, I'm picking Dustin to win just because I think the evidence is stronger for him, but it may not be. But
the evidence is overwhelming for him. It's not
overwhelming.
It is. There's a lot of evidence out there.
Overwhelming evidence to think he'll win. There's strong evidence. I don't know if it's overwhelming.
I think it's pretty overwhelming for those that know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For those that know.
For people who put their ear to the grindstone. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. What we were talking about right there.
Hidden money. I don't know. All right, let's get to these questions, and then I can check out Perv City later. Perv City is.
I know, but
they are into some parts that.
Edit that part out after.
Perv City is. Can they sponsor me, please? All right, let's get these questions. Questions.
Yo, I can't believe you showed that tattoo to Jared, and he had no idea.
I did. I was so bitter. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Until I saw footage of that, by the way, and for the first time. I remember you mentioning it, but I never remembered it happening in real time. So then I went back and I watched it.
Yeah.
And that was not a good moment. Luke.
I don't care. Hey, listen, you miss all the shots you don't take. Okay.
Yeah.
And
but you were wondering if I had the no one wants to be.
I've been bigging you up this episode. You don't big me up. I mean, I shit on you too, but
fuck you, bro. All right.
Dude, we're sitting at dinner last night, and it was one of those moments where everyone's kind of paused eating at the same time, and BC just puts his salad down. He was having a salad. I will give him credit.
It's that liver.
And he put his salad down. He goes, "Yo, fuck Luke. Am I right?" And he looked around the table and he goes, "Am I right?" I was like, did you want some of my asparagus? You're welcome to it.
Yeah, I think that nailed the moment, though. People knew what was up, yo.
I was like, Dad, is that you? You came all this way? That's very kind. All right, here we go, BC. From Doc Jono, USA, apparently. We have to identify their country of origin now. Otherwise, everyone gets bitter. I'll throw out a few names of actors to you, okay?
Yeah.
Then you can give me what you think is either their best movie or at least your favorite movie of theirs.
All right.
Clint Eastwood. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
If your answer is not Dirty Harry, you can get the fuck out.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, but it
You can
almost
get the fuck out.
That
if
almost
it's not
just
Dirty
feels
Harry.
too easy to just even stay in the whole Western
Dude,
vibe.
these kids today don't know about Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry. That movie was, or that whole series, basically.
I just don't. As long as we don't go anywhere near $1 Million Baby, I'm okay with this. Yeah. I mean, come on, how bad was that shit? That was the worst.
Come watch this. Come watch this uplifting story of quadriplegia and shattered dreams, all in the pursuit of, well, in the end, absolutely nothing. That's a real fucking.
That movie takes one of the hardest turns. Like just.
You're like, dude, she is gonna do it, and then like the whole shit was over. The whole shit was over. The whole shit.
And then
was
it's
over.
not even like you get blindsided and it's just all a little turn in the story, but it's gonna come back around. Like, no, all hope is lost. Here, watch the ending. It's
all right. Here we go. Chuck Norris. I actually don't think it's Delta Force. I never liked Delta Force that much.
What's that? What's the movie he had around '85 with USA in the title? Because that movie rules.
There's a scene in one of his movies where he has this like slow, profound moment in a movie theater where he is about to fight the main villain, and I forget what movie that was called, but I remember thinking at the time that I saw that was one of his better flicks. Can you get off your motherfucking phone? What are you doing?
I was trying to find the name of that movie, but
Samuel L. Jackson.
He was incredible in the one with McConaughey, the court one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I hope they die and I hope they burn in hell. That one. Is that A Time to Kill?
A Time to Kill. Yes.
He's incredible in that.
Yeah, he's good in that one. He's obviously Pulp Fiction's big. Can't lose sight of that. He sucked as Mace Windu, but like he was really miscast. I'm like, you got the guy from Pulp Fiction to play like. You should have gotten like LeVar Burton or somebody who's got a little bit of like a nerdier vibe.
But Mace Windu had a moment though against Palpatine. I mean, he was.
Dude, he beat him.
He was.
Palpatine.
I guess it was a pretty big moment. Yeah,
he had him done for, and then Anakin is a bitch.
I mean, that's like, it's a heartbreaking loss. I mean, it's a life, crumbling loss. Dude, but he knows he was that close to being in the dance, though.
Dude, what is amazing to me is what's the one like real commonality between Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker before the whole Darth Vader thing? What's the main commonality? Dude, both are some whiny ass motherfuckers.
That's a great point on Luke.
Dude, Luke Skywalker just whines.
Dude, I love to live in the church of only Luke's coolness, and that's Return of the Jedi, where he's just dressed in black.
Okay, Return of the Jedi, he had some swag.
He was a badass in Return of the Jedi.
Dude, and Yoda,
I sometimes get in this tunnel where I think that's who he is.
No,
he was a whiny.
He fucking whines constantly, and then Yoda's like, "Yo, don't do this dumbass shit." He's like, "Yoda, you don't know shit. What the fuck you?" And they wrote that he filled it. He made it work, but he didn't make that shit work. Yoda called that shit to a T. Yoda was like, "Yo, this Anakin kid, fuck this kid. Let him be a slave." He's not. You remember that? Fucking Yoda was like, "Yo, this slave ass kid, he can be a slave. Fuck him."
I think you must be Menciaing somebody right now.
No, I remember all that, dude. Yoda was like right all along, and then these two whiny ass. But by the time we became Darth Vader, he's cool as shit. But I remember watching these movies. I'm like, these fuckers. It's like y'all complain a lot, man.
But you think you think young Luke is a bigger bitch than Prime Kylo?
What is Prime Kylo for you?
When
he knifes his own father. That's pretty bold. Come here, Dad. Let me, in the words of Vinnie Paz, let me embrace you like my favorite person. And he knifed him.
I mean, he did finish the job, but there's some conspiracy theories through that.
The problem is he's like a goth kid who could actually fight, which makes him so fucking annoying.
He's like emo.
It's like, dude, like under most, like 99.9% of the time, you are the kid that everyone beats up. Like that guy, obviously was not that dude, but he didn't have a great aura.
I mean, we want to idolize young Anakin because we know he ends up becoming a badass. But Anakin sucks, bro.
Anakin sucked ass. Should have left him a slave with that mosquito-looking dude. Here, keep working on trinkets, bitch. Go build me some C-3PO. I need someone to take out the trash, bitch.
Yo, do you think that's a bad loss?
Seriously, it's like, dude, that's Darth Vader. This is to me like the question. You ever seen these moral dilemmas? If you could go back in time, would it be ethical to murder baby Hitler? So the idea would be like, okay, you're murdering Hitler, great. Then
wow, this is getting dark. This is really getting dark.
No, it's a sort of a basic, but a common moral dilemma. Yes, you're murdering Hitler, so you save the lives of maybe millions and millions of people, but you are killing, in this particular case, an innocent baby. Do you do it? You know.
I mean, what would you do if your son was at home crying all alone?
Look at me. I think you know which one I would do.
On his bedroom floor because he's
a little
hungry.
stabby. Oh, what? I get to save the world from this prick? Okay, sorry, little kid.
Because So do you think? Anakin, this is so lame. Do you think Anakin and Darth Vader are just, two different people where it's okay to love the Darth and forget how much of a bitch he was before them?
I know. It's like, if you get introduced to Anakin as Darth Vader, it's a wake-up call to see him as Anakin. It's like, damn, dude, you're kind of acting a little harder than we know you to be. Like,
do you think if we broke down technically the decisions he made in that Mustafar system battle with young Obi-Wan that he lost?
Wait, which one?
The one that Obi-Wan had the higher ground, and he
Anakin.
Yeah,
when Anakin would get all carved up.
He beat that ass, bro. In fact, like he changed, like he. I mean, that was.
He gave him the business.
That was next level there. Do you think that's like a major upset in some ways? Like,
yeah, I didn't see that one coming because Anakin was supposed to be, so
Yoda was right. Anakin had blind spots.
Bro, you know who basically he complained a little bit but didn't really complain? Like, you know who was bout it? Fucking Chewbacca. Chewbacca.
Yeah,
Chewbacca was like, yo, dude, you go to Chewbacca and be like, dude, we gotta go fight these guys. Will you come with us? How many of your friends were like, fuck no, I'm not going with you. Chewbacca's like, where? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Someone's gotta get it. Chewbacca's in the mood.
Yeah, Chewbacca. Yeah.
Dude, this is the dumbest conversation I've literally ever had in my life. I have reached pinnacle nothing.
Yo, Chewbacca was relentless.
But I'm saying Chewbacca was a loyal ass friend, man. Loyal ass friend.
Yeah, they want
I love Chewbacca. You always saw Chewbacca with a weapon in hand. What? I got someone talking shit? I love Chewbacca.
Yo, do you think, in hindsight, that, Lando had no other choice?
Calrissian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
redeemed
was
himself.
a self-preservationist for sure, but was he...
He redeemed himself. In the end, he did. Plus, if you watch the new shitty-ass movies, which he I almost wish he had died, frankly, as a character.
Yo, he in that Cloud City, he was probably like, dude, just rail.
Oh, he had BDE in the fucking clouds, for sure. Dude, Billy D personified coolness for like a decade. You know what I mean? Still does to a degree, but you know what I mean? Like, it was a moment in time where...
Yo, he was tearing up that
He was
cloud.
like, I don't think he had any problem finding good company, let's say.
Yo, did you just speak out against the portrayal of young Lando in the
no, quite the
Solo
opposite.
movie?
I actually feel like if you look at the two characters, the Lando Calrissian from the original one, and then the one played by this talented guy whose fucking name escapes me, but all these alter egos he has.
But he nailed that role.
Yeah, those two are the most similar. Like, you could tell they wanted, he tried to be like a new version of it, in a way, or a different one, but have obviously some similarity. I thought he did a pretty good job with that. The best one I could think of. There's some Chewbacca continuity too, but that's a little bit easier to write in.
Yo, Rogue One was so good. I need something directly connected to that, with that same tone, with that same feeling all over again.
Rogue One is good. It's very good. I love it, but I don't love it like you love it.
Yo, it's because there's emotion. It feels real.
Let's get back to these questions. I'm just sitting here singing the praises of fucking Chewbacca. So
yo, Chewbacca was loyal as shit, though.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Can you imagine having a friend like that? Be like, dude, Chewbacca will fuck this guy up. I'd be like, get in there, Chewie. Go make us look cool. Plus, he drinks, Oh, fuck. Chewbacca must be a fucking blast. Dude, I would love to get drunk with Chewbacca.
Yo, what's your take on droids? Yo, fuck droids, right?
Fuck those motherfuckers. They ain't shit. He's got amazing Wookiee tales of like Pippin. I don't know. All right, from Sugar Cows, Great Britain. If you'd been given a second chance at life in which you had the goal in mind to become a successful and professional athlete, yeah, well, that's about how much it would take. Which sport or combat sport do you believe you would have had the best chance in making a successful living out of? Big fan of the show from little old Cornwall in England. Shouts to England.
All right.
It might be coming home. I don't know. Kind of root for Italy, but you know, that's okay. What do you think, BC?
Repeat that question.
If you had to do a combat sport, another like life to do it in,
no,
or sport.
Which one would I have the most realistic chance of doing professionally? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, you do think, you know, if I could grow up like Todd Marinovich, like just, you know, like just like in a system, you know what I mean? Just in like a you know, in like just a full on no stone unturned. I mean, it's not like we're old whitewashed guys now. We're just some old dads right now. It's like not that long ago we weren't old pieces of shit. You know what I mean?
not. Yeah, it's. I can still remember when I wasn't.
Yeah.
A completely awful and washed nothing.
Yo, fuck that.
God, this is stupid. What are we fucking doing? All right, here we go. For me, I don't know. I guess jujitsu. I guess. But dude, fuck all that.
Yo, a Gracie would tap the shit out of you.
Probably a million times. All right, from Hutch Bass, USA. Here's my question. Who do you both think would win in a Mortal Kombat style tournament between these action movie donks? Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Seagal, JCVD, Norris, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and one wild card entry of your own choice. Man,
yo, Schwarzenegger can't fight for shit, bro.
No, bro,
he's just so strong.
Dude, he can't even speak English for shit. It's like, dude, you know what's amazing is my mom. She had a very small accent. You know, she didn't have a thick one, but like her siblings and also her cousins, they'd been in America just as long, and they have much thicker accents. Like, it just stayed. Schwarzenegger was like, he got halfway there, and it was just like...
Good enough, yeah.
God bless him. Schwarzenegger's my fucking hero.
Yo, do you think Seagal could have just cleaned up on these other clowns like JCVD, you know what I'm saying?
I've been watching some Seagal movies because you've been just so hyping him up.
Yo, you better stay in that short prime though. Don't try to go direct to video.
Siege?
Under Siege is great.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, it's got some holes, but it's still
it's okay.
There's some high moments though. Okay. They reach peaks. It's ambitious.
I don't know. Definitely. I don't know. I don't know. Can I just say I don't care about this?
Right.
Move along. Sorry.
I'll have to put it on Wheel of Death, I guess.
All right, here we go. What's one extreme travel-related bucket list item you have yet to complete? I.e., for example, summiting a mountain or something. I mean, BC's is getting on a plane to Europe, which he has literally never done.
I would love to do that.
And no, it's not a money thing. You can afford it at this point, bitch. I know how much you make.
You don't know shit.
I know how much money you make. BC, you got one?
What were you saying again?
A travel-related bucket list challenge.
It's generic to say like skydiving, right? Because this is travel related to a specific, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of mountains. There's so many national parks. I need to go there.
I've actually, I'll say this, just I would love to go climb, not like all the way to the top of the mountain, but like I'd like to go hiking through mountains in Japan. I think that would be pretty great. I've been in deserts. I've been in crazy climates.
Yeah, we're in a crazy climate right now.
Yeah, dude. All right, yeah, that's true. I just want to go to. I want to go see parts of Asia I've never seen as an adult.
I want to go to Japan big time.
Yeah, Japan for sure.
But I guess I got to do Europe first, Luke. Okay.
You got people over there that speak the language. It's not that far, dude. It's like 6-7 hours depending on the flight time from where you're at to London. It's the same way to LA. It's just as far. I'm telling you, it's just
ready. All right.
I mean, it's not,
I'm not
in terms of travel
fighting you.
time, they're roughly equivalent, is what I would say.
I'm putting up much more of a battle than Michael Bisping was willing to do, Luke, when I ran into him at the media day food area, and then was just, no one was around. He was lingering. Something. It's like, yo, like Mike, like I'm happy to be reading your book right now, and it's awesome. And then I was like, fuck, no one's around, Luke. I'll just, hey man, when you were in the can at that time, and I had a specific question about, like, it was kind of uplifting. It wasn't just like Chris Farley's show, like, hey man, remember when, it was close though. I mean, there was some elements of that in there. And he was just basically like, I'm out of here, and just turned and was like, yo, good talking to you. I'll talk to you later. It's like, wow, bro, like that just, yeah.
I stopped listening to you about 5 minutes ago. All right, here we go. There's one here that's kind of serious. I'll come back to it. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? The Weeknd is performing at the casino we just walked through. Should I play this video, or will Mikey make a... That's not The Weeknd.
Yeah, that's...
What? Like, that's quite obviously not him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay. Big fan of the show. This is from Lovable Savage God. Appreciate all the hard work from you guys. My first question is, what's your favorite Jimi Hendrix song? Jesus, fuck, we're old getting asked questions like that.
No, that's solid, That's solid.
All right, what do you have to say? Voodoo Child, right?
I mean, that probably should be everybody's
Him and
number
Stevie
one.
Ray Vaughan doing that is just...
I've always felt that Little Wing was his best song, but that sometimes it's almost too generic to say that. So I love The Wind Cries Mary, and that little, like, feathery solo he's got there. Because Luke, he showed the soft side, bro. He could bring it right there.
He was like, fuck Luke Thomas, I'm going to show my soft side.
But I love, like, the Electric Ladyland, just as front to back.
Right.
It's just
the second part of this question is bad. I'm going to skip. But we thank you, Lovable Savage God. From Dacky Smacky, USA. Scariest thing that's ever happened to you. Dude. And her next question is the best question I've ever seen. Can you imagine asking this to anyone who's other than someone who's an unbelievable piece of shit? Ready? She goes, what is, not like, do you know of any? What is your favorite? Sorry. I'm trying.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Your favorite discontinued
This is a train wreck. Yes.
Oh God, that is high comedy, but what is your fake? You're just being on a date. Wait,
Like, get your niner in there.
you know that food they've canceled? What is your? The best part is, it's actually a completely reasonable question for you and me.
I don't think I've heard it, Luke. I don't think I've put more than 3 sounds together. It's like, Chewy's so he's saying, yo, Chewy will fuck anyone up,
Favorite discontinued.
Cut.
Oh God, that is wow. You know what, you guys just like swim in carp? Ever find anything neat? Oh man. Oh God.
We better wrap it up before we get fired.
How long have we been on? I don't even know. Oh God. We have to answer at least 1 or 2 more of these. Oh, that was Do you have any favorite discontinued food? Like, I guess I don't know.
At this point, no, I don't.
It's like, remember when they put that Olay oil in chips and like they were like, oh, it's like half the calories, and everyone had violent diarrhea.
Don't give me that Olay bullshit.
I was like, you guys get diarrhea from this? I'm like, I get diarrhea from everything. This is okay. I'll eat the chips. Okay. All right. Here we go. Good question. All right, Luke and BC. Give me your ideal at-home fight watching setup. Like, where are you? Who's there? What are you eating, drinking? Like, give me the lay of the land if you can set it all up.
Dude, I've never done that. I've always worked. I mean, like, I mean, so many people that meet me and they're like, "Yo, I'd love to watch a fight with you sometime," and I'm like, "Of course, I'd love to do that," but I'm like, I don't do that. I work fights.
Yeah.
I wish I'd like to work on that, Luke, but I'd also like to work when the fights are on. So that's the.
The problem is all the fights that matter, you're going to be gone for, or at least in our case, even if we're not gone for, we're like busy with. You know what I mean? Like he has to write stories, and sometimes I have to score them for CBS Sports or whatever. So like I used to though. So remember, I didn't get into traveling until like midway through. I'll say, like, who's there? Fuck, man. Those people are long gone. I don't know. I would say no more than, like, 5 or 6 people. I'm not, like, a big party guy in that way.
You and your Greek brothers.
What? Do the Greeks multiply or something?
Yeah. I was talking about your squad. What team were you on, Luke?
Dude, what are you saying right now?
Your fraternity.
Oh, Sigma Pi.
Okay.
Anyway, gotta have chips. Wings, I think, are essential. I think pizza's also essential. And then, make sure there's beer in the fridge and let people bring what they bring. And keep it pretty basic, man. I don't have, like, any exotic. I'm like you, like, if you've ever seen me tweeting about a fight, like 99.9% of the time, I'm alone in my office. It's just what I'm doing.
No, I've literally not gone over people's house and watched fights, Luke, because
you have to be on your fucking laptop the whole time. But I do remember those days. There was like a days like in the UFC right around like Matt Hughes' dominance into that new post tough wave of like here comes St. Pierre and blah blah blah. Like I'd say around starting in the late 30s and then culminating around the. Before UFC 100, there was a hot moment there where you could do that stuff a lot and people were into it. But that shit is long gone in my life, man. That's like let's cap it at UFC 100, right? But for me, July 2009. Yeah, it's been a while
since you've been social and had real friends, Luke. The sport will take that away from you.
Yeah, I said it. It's the best job. It's so much better than everyone else's job, but it will wreck your social life.
You will, because to do it right and have the balance between the two, which is so hard, meaning what you give to work and what you give to home, you're gonna get that 50-50 ratio off, Luke, off base.
Yeah.
You're gonna have trouble, bro. You're gonna take a knee and an L.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's it.
All right.
This is where it ends.
This is where the fun stops. It's a song by Reef the Lost Cause. Shouts to Reef. Okay. That's Brian Campbell. I'm Luke Thomas. This is not what we normally do, and we'll probably never do it again. But thanks for watching, and